Hey, what's going on? Luke here. I know this is a little bit of a late upload, but I just wanted to do a quick little video talking about round one. I'm not going to be recapping round one. I just also wanted to do a video talking about the people who kind of doom and gloomers after round one. So if you're not sure what exactly I'm meaning the people who after one game have decided that, whoever won the first game, Broncos can't win the comp, Penrith can't win the comp, Dragons going to be in the grand final, all that sort of stuff. Dogs are the worst team, Titans are the worst team. People get very reactionary in round one, and I just wanted to do a quick little video as to why you shouldn't be too reactionary. And if your team got towed up like my Bulldogs, or if your team won like my Bulldogs have done in previous years, I just kind of wanted to reiterate that your round one performance, yes, it is great, it's promising. If your team wins, obviously it's good news, right? But don't jump the gun too much because, I don't know, I see a lot of people, I'm looking at Parramatta fans and such, Dragons fans do it every year, but you win round one, you might win round two, maybe round three, and they get very lippy and they start talking a lot, and by round 27, they're not in the top 8 and they've all gone very quiet and they're all deleting their posts. So I just wanted to do a quick little video just to talk about, if you're a team, like I was talking to BKR Sports, and he was a little bit down at the fact that the Titans obviously got beat, and they got beat well in a game that was quite winnable. In my opinion, going into it, I'd say they're the favourites. Keep in mind, most of the favourites, majority of them got beat this week, and they got beat well. I think if you tipped the round this week, there's that little element of you don't know football if you actually tipped well this week. I feel like this is definitely a week for the ones who don't watch footy and they kind of go, oh, I like that team name, let me go that one. Kind of logically, not much happened. Maybe like the Bulldogs getting beat, that was kind of like a favourite one. But yeah, I think you can argue right from the Vegas round all the way to the end, there are a lot of surprising ones. And even though a team like the Cowboys, I feel like the Cowboys, I did expect them to win, but the fashion they won in, just with how bad the Dolphins were. But that's sort of what I want to talk about. Just want to say it's gonna need a lot of help for the Dolphins to actually be good this year. I think they got a lot of deficiencies, but just in terms of going forward, if you're a team like the Titans and you got smashed, I would kind of just write it off a little bit. It's the first game of the season. A lot of the times, you look at a team like the Dragons, there's not too many changes. Obviously, they got a new coach, which is going to be a big one, but it's not like they've got all these crazy changes to the spine or anything like that. They've got a lot of guys who have been there for a long time. Cohesion's going to be there, whereas, you got Titans who are kind of rolling with, like a Brimson in the centers. You got sort of a rookie fullback. There's definitely positive. Try and focus on the positive. Don't look at the negatives, and just focus on next week, because I'd say for you to sort of get a good sort of traction on if your season's going to be shit or if it's going to be good, I reckon at least around 5. Got to give it 5 rounds, because how many teams have we seen either lose the first 3 and go on to have good seasons, or win the first 3, win the first 5, and then miss the 8. If we're going off round 1 games, the amount of premiership droughts we would see it'd be ridiculous. It'd be crazy. Parramatta would be winning comps, Dragons would be winning comps. Penrith would not be winning comps, just want to point that out. Between the Bold Club Challenge and, round ones. Not a lot of success, but obviously they're the most successful club of recent times, 3 in a row. Just proves the point that round 1 means absolutely nothing. Yes, there is points. Obviously, you're going to get the 2 points, and that's going to help as the season goes on. And, it's not like they're playing for nothing, but it's just not doom and gloom. You know what I mean? It's not something where if your team got beat and they got beat well, you don't need to be too disappointed, because there is next week. It's still a very, very long season. Plenty of teams get to round 15 or whatever, Origin happens, and they just die in the arse. So, I wouldn't put a lot of stock in round 1. And I know it's kind of like an obvious thing, but there's so many people who kind of just need to be reminded, because I've seen a lot of people being very braggadocious, and I've seen a lot of people who being super down. I'm looking at Bulldogs fans, went on the Bulldogs forums and stuff, and you would think that we won't have any players going into next week because of how bad some of these people are. Saw them comparing kick out to Tony Williams, and Burton's the worst 5'8" of all time, and that sort of stuff. It's ridiculous to write teams off after 1 game, but plenty do, including myself. I've done it before, but it's the more you see, the more you just figure out it doesn't really mean anything. Because look, Dragons win every time. Storm have never lost a round 1 game under Craig Bellamy. Doesn't always translate into a grand final win, because I think that's kind of what people think. They're like, well, we won round 1. We're basically a shoe-in for the grand final. It's crazy. It's ridiculous, but I think it is kind of realistic. And yeah, just beware. If you were someone who were bragging very hard in round 1, just be prepared for round 2, because I think there's some big stat about teams who won in round 1, they lose a lot of the times in round 2. So you're going to be kind of eating a lot of shit next week, probably. A lot of years, especially considering a lot of the teams that won weren't the favourites. So you'd think a lot of these good sides that lost, they're going to be ready to bounce back. So just keep that in mind, guys. But yeah, just a quick little video here. Just wanted to just sort of give my thoughts. Definitely not a round 1 review. Obviously, if you want to see round 1 reviews, there's people going into way more depth on it than I will. But yeah, I just want to do a quick little video just talking about why round 1 isn't super important and why you don't need to worry about your team, essentially. So guys, if you happen to enjoy this one, if you agree with me, if you disagree, leave a comment. I'm happy to have a discussion with you guys. But if you happen to enjoy this one, leave a like, subscribe. I mention it every video. It's super important in terms of growing the channel, especially with the season starting. So much NRL content these days on YouTube and stuff. So help me out, help a brother out. Also, go ahead and check me follow on social media. It's on the screen right now. I've been posted on TikTok again. I'm super close to 5,000 on there, close to 1,000 on Instagram. If you can go ahead, give me a follow, give me an ad. Very much appreciated. Also, shout out to the super chatters and the members. You're seeing them on the screen right now. A lot of familiar faces, a lot of guys who've been super loyal to me, and a lot of people who are looking to become a member again. So thank you to everybody who's sort of looking to come back and, been super chatting and stuff. It does help out a lot, especially this time of the season, going from the off season into the new one. If you're a member, you get emojis, you get to view the videos earlier and all that sort of stuff. Pretty much the second it's uploaded, you get to see it. So little perks there. But I'm going to end things here. Thanks for watching, guys. And stay tuned for more content on the channel. I'll see you next time. See yous.